Yes. Oh, how are you guys? Okay, so how are you doing? How are you doing? Let's first get the basics out of there. Today we're going to be trying to do a Paris street kind of looking street. I have a few reference images here set up for my my pure ref. Just a few here, just to look at the architecture and everything else. Hello, Burning Bright. How are you doing? How is your morning? Oh, I think it's morning there. Is it? I don't know. So I just have a few reference images here to look at. We have this here, and you can look at the reference image. If you want to check out the reference image, just that I'm using, you can go to you can use exclamation mark website, and you will see a new post that I have created that is for this page, and maybe for this stream. Maybe let me also just paste it directly here. Any of those links could take you to the reference image where you're going to see. To the website where you're going to see the reference images that we are using. It's afternoon here. Nice. Okay, so let's start by doing this, and I think we can start out by blocking out the street, setting up the camera and everything else, and maybe some basic lighting as we go. So just start like this. Yeah, right on time. Yeah. How are you, Ishank? How is everything? How's everything? Okay, so I'm going to, let's see, what did I want to set up? Want to set up random colors. Start with a plane. This is going to be our ground, and I can start with this small building. Great, nice to hear. I can start with maybe we should start with blocking out the road. So if I start with a cylinder, with a curve. I know the road is going to come from this side. Make a curve like that. And maybe we have another road around here. Let me just... Basically, we're going to use the same block, the same blocking that he used here. Just make it a tiny bit different. That maybe we can also have another road at back there. Let me just, so those are going to be our roads. Let me set up the camera to be somewhere here. Okay, now for the roads, we can just duplicate this. I'll convert it to a plane or to a mesh like that, and now I can start using this to block out my road. So I can just use a length like this. Let me measure the distance. Let me measure the length of our road. What's the width of our roads? Width of Paris streets. Roads. Roads. How wide? Let's see. 79 feet. Feet to 2 meters. 79 is 24 meters. That's wide. That's wider than these, I think. These are, I think, the large streets. But these are kind of not even car streets, like walkable streets. Hello, Fires Creation. How are you doing? I'm using Vivaldi 2. What is that? I don't know what is that. I think somewhere here. Oh, you mean the post? Okay, so I think we can just make our roads 11 meters. I think that's wide enough. Just grab these. Actually, I want these to, I can just extrude this first and then use out and then extrude it out like that. Then I can go down here, delete these vertices. Let me turn on my shortcuts so that you can see what we're doing. So we are there. This is going to be our road. We also have an extra road here. Let me first grab that. So we are just blocking out the road first, and I think we can connect these pieces like that. Add a loop here, connect these with that, maybe slide this and just grab this edge loop like that, connect that. Yeah, so we're starting out with blocking, and maybe also connect. Let me just merge at the center, merge at the center, and do the same thing for this side. If you start by blocking out the road, I think they make it much easier for you to create the rest of the building. Browser, I've never used that. Hello, Indra Augustine. Let me call this October. It's October. Call this Paris Street. Save, and now I can start the timer. Okay, so this is what we have. I can just scale this up. I can even give this, we don't need this curve anymore. I can even give this a slight extrusion down, or maybe just use a bevel modifier, a solidify modifier, just so we get some slight thickness. Just make sure that I recalculate normals just a bit like that, auto smooth, and I think I need to go to the, I want to make sure that this is using auto smooth correctly, and now with this I can insert, let me look at this correctly. I think we might want to first extrude, give this a very thickness around. Let me use flat shading for a second here. Hello from Bali. Hello from East Africa. Okay, so this is where we're starting. This is our road. And let's start by blocking out. Let's also block out this building here, which I can do by just, let me go to wireframe, add a plane, scale it up, just grab this piece, extrude it to there. I'll grab this, and I think I can use Ctrl+Shift+B to round off the corners just like that. So we have a block like this. Can extrude it. Let me change my camera to be a wide angle like that. So this is going to be the building, and I think we can even add in those details there. So I'm just going to add a few cuts like that. I select them, Ctrl+B, and push them in like that. Turn on ambient occlusion like that, like that. And so that's our first floor or first story. And then I can duplicate this. Again, we can make this a bit different. This time maybe this one is a bit wider like that, and we can duplicate this, and that is going to be our building for here. Again, we're starting by blocking out everything. Hello from India. How's India, Rohit? How are things there? Is everything great? I'm going to let me see. maybe change, actually maybe not, I was planning on changing the aspect ratio, but I think that's okay. Hello from Spain. Hello Jose Vagara. How is Spain? I've seen you quite a while. I've seen you here a lot. Glad to see you. Check the height of the building also. Okay, so let me see. Height of our building floor. It's 14 feet. So feet to meters. That would be 4 meters. And let me see. I think we are about. Okay, we were way off. About 4 meters. So it's supposed to be about 4 meters like that. So let's try to make it. Yeah, that is not too bad. Do you work as a freelancer or a job holder? I work as a freelancer. Okay, now let's block out these. Let's block out this building here. It's a small building because it's placed around this area. So let's add a plane like this. Start with the. I think it also is a bit long like that. Extrude it to the level there. That's going to be level 1 or the block 1. And I think is a bit too wide. So I think I need to shrink it a bit so that we make room for some street walk path or something like that. Duplicate this again. So this is going to be the second floor. I think I need to move my camera just a little bit so that we can see that. And for the roof here, I think we just need to grab a plane like this, Shift D, P, separate it, and I think we add a loop here and extrude that like that. I think it's kind of like that, and I think also goes in like that. We can come back and detail everything. For now, let's first begin by making sure that everything is well blocked. We also have another building block here. This is a bridge, kind of a tunnel. So we start with a plane on around here, and just extrude it this side. We can add each pivot point in the center of the road, so we can mirror this on the Y like that. Then we can extrude this. Hi bro, hello Okash live, how are you doing? I think you are the most active Blender YouTuber in the universe. I'm not sure about that, but I think I do a lot of Blender tutorials. That's true. So that could be actually true because I almost post every day. Just going to grab this edge loop, and I think what I could do is round off this edge. Or let me apply the mirror first, and then actually to make my life easier, I can just grab this. Let me isolate this for a second. I can just even let me see. Turn the whole thing into a single face like that. Round these corners off. Actually, I can first get rid of this. Push this up. Ctrl Shift B, round that off like that, and it doesn't really matter. I don't really care too much about the topology, but I need this to be mirrored to have symmetry. So I'm just going to merge this at the center, grab this, subdivide, just connect the two like that, and just get rid of this side, mirror this on the Y, and then just extrude like that. I think this is supposed to be a bit larger than this, so I'm just going to make it so I think it also has to be around here. I'll grab this piece of rod, also make sure that it aligns with it as well, so something like that. extend it like that. Bro, colors, how are you getting the colors change in solid mode? I just go to your overlays and turn on random colors here. Hello, Unreal Man. Hello, Bob Beamon. How are you there? Okay, so here we are at this, and this piece here should looks similar to this. So I think I'll just use Alt D to duplicate this piece. Maybe it's going to be a bit wider. Actually, let me just do this. Maybe scale it a bit. Like that. Then I think this block also has to be somewhere here, but it's going to have to be a bit wider. Now let's add some lights and see. So I'll go to this view, grab my light. I'll use a sunlight. Maybe value 10. Very maybe 2 like that. Give it a sun, and maybe just something like that. Pull back the camera just a bit, and maybe even change the angle to a 20mm like that. I'll bring this here. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, so bro, I too want to learn all the skills you have. You can learn them, man. Nothing should be stopping you. Okay, so let's start detailing this. Maybe let's add some windows, because let me see what kind of windows this has. Actually, I like this detail, and I think it's very, very easy to add. So for that, let's start with that. I'm just going to come here on this wall, add a plane, rotate it 90 degrees, rotate it 90, like so. Does it have sense to use F-Spy in an artistic drawing? Well, it depends on how you work. I think, for me, I think setting up F-Spy just takes a lot of time. So by the time you set up F-Spy, I'm already far. So that's why you see I don't really use it a lot. I'm going to add a loop here, like that, something like here, extrude, and let me get rid of these faces. Just grab these edge loops, round them off like that. So we have something like that, auto smooth, and now we have that. We need a window, so I don't know, maybe this is a door or something. Just insert. Bro, can you please rate my animation? It's on YouTube. I'll check it later. You can leave the link in the Discord server. I'll see. And I think this has to be a bit wider. Before I do that, let me also use the mirror modifier on this. So mirror on the X. I think I need to grab this, make it a bit wider like that, and then just drag this down, extrude, and yeah, like something like that. Now we need to make sure that this matches this building. The lines here match the building, so I'm just going to, let me first turn on wireframe. I need these lines to match. Let's get rid of actually I want these to match, so I think something like that. So these can be just going to realign them, just make sure this is at exactly the same position, and also add a loop there like that. This can be moved to be aligned. Same here and here, 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 and I think then this has to be moved up to there. Where are you from? I'm from East Africa. That's in Uganda. That's Uganda, sorry. I'm just going to grab this, extrude to something like that. I think I also need to grab this. I can grab these loops like that. This like that, like that, like that, like that. Then hit E, Alt E to push that in a bit like that, and now we have those details as well. Let me just make sure that I have ambient occlusion. Like that. So this would be placed on the surface like that, and it can also we can also give this these barricades. I think we can come back to those later. Let's first finish blocking out this. One thing I'm noticing is that our building is a bit angled, so we might need to do the same for these pieces like that. Just going to grab this on the X, so it's something like that. And the bottom should be also connected. Let me turn on clipping for the cap for this. That's going to be our window, a first block. And we also have these details. This extra detail down here. For that, I'm just going to grab this piece, Shift D, like this. Maybe separate it as an object. Just grab it, extrude down. Let me use local orientation. So we have something like that. And then I will have these details. I'm not going to model those. I'm just going to search. I have them in my assets. So I'm just going to get them from there. I think they're called, let me see, arch or arc. Let me see. Do I have those details? Tell me if this sounds like you. You've got an idea. It comes. Let me see. Arc. Actually, let me go to my. Is it building parts? I think I have these. I should have these in my building parts. No, let's just make them from scratch, because so to do this, so that you can know, you also know how to do them. So to create this, let me zoom in a bit. It's just simple. We can just create a plane like this. I can then first delete one edge. Think let me just use global here. We need to have it curve, so I can do something like this, fill it in. Now I can use the bevel edge option to round off that edge. Control Shift B, round off that edge. So we have something like that. I think this is too thick, so around that I can hit F to fill it in, then extrude it on the X like that. I need to make sure that I have my cursor there. Let me delete this face and just use the mirror option on the Y. Apply rotation like that. Let me just make sure that these are well connected. Auto smooth. So this is what we have. Now we have these extra details that are in here, so I'm just going to add them. Let me first get rid of these faces because I don't want the edges, all the edge loops to go all the way around this. I want to use, just going to bevel this edge, and then maybe add another edge loop around here. And what I can do now is just grab this face up to here, insert it like that, and push it in like that. If you want to be extra, if you want extra detail, you can even add a loop here and just grab this and push it up, something like that, and maybe do the same for this. That we also want an extra loop here, so I'm just going to insert this as well, and I don't want this piece. Just get rid of, dissolve that into the mirror. Just grab this, push that in, grab these edges, push them down, grab these edges, push them up. Maybe also, let me just grab this piece, push it like that, and we have that detail. Now there is these, okay, let me reset the timer. There is this kind of cornice, so for that I can just come here, add an edge loop. Let me just divide these edges so that I have a loop directly like this. That makes it easy for me to just add edge loops like this. And now I can just extrude this, make sure that I have even offset on, add another loop here, extrude, make sure we have even offset, and maybe another extrusion around here, make sure we have even offset. Now I just have to come in back and just add loops like that, just round off the edge loops like that, and maybe even this I can round it off just a bit. And if you want extra detail, you can come in here, add a loop, push it out, round it off, and we have some good looking detail. I think let me just increase the normal angle to something like 45. Actually that is good. I'm just going to come in here. I want this to be sharp, so I'll use Ctrl E, mark sharp, and that should make that sharp. Of course, you can be as more detailed than I am here. Just trying to demonstrate and just get rid of these faces. What's the shortcut for bevel? Ctrl B is the shortcut. Cycles or EV today? I'll try in both and see. Try in both. Okay, so here we are. We have this. You can see we also have this kind of detail going on here. We can add that in. And I think I can just grab this edge loop here. Just grab this edge loop here, move it like that, maybe give it a slight rotation, give it a rotation of 45 degrees, give it a rotation of negative 45 degrees, extrude, and then extrude on the X, and maybe extrude on the Y, flatten that. So this is what we have. I can slide this, and when it's in position I can then round it off. Let me first see, maybe push it in like that and then round it off, so we have some nice corner like that. And it doesn't seem like this extends all the way down, so let's also not make it extend all the way down. Can just fill it right in, right at this position. Just grab this, fill it in like that. Now you can choose to add more details around here. Maybe let's try, let me see, we need to grab this piece, push it in further like that. Let's try to add in some extra details here. So if I grab a curve, so a curve like this, 90 degrees, I scale it down. I can use automatic for now. I can create some curve detail like they have here. Just rotate some of it. Just maybe this can be a vector like that. Maybe let me create one more extrusion like this. Maybe even just do something like that. So this is what we have here. Now what I can do with this is I can create another curve. That's going to be the profile. So I'm just starting with a circle like this. And then now I can go to the curve data and use object for the bevel. Select this curve as the object. And now I can just come to this, maybe subdivide this further. Let me first make sure that this is set to aligned. Subdivide this and maybe change this to a vector. Grab it on the X and Y. Let's see. We're trying to create some detail for this. Maybe make this even larger in some areas. Select this piece, turn on proportional editing. Make sure you have connected turned on. Just scale this detail in the center a bit. Here maybe I can make it let me see if we can get this to look good. Maybe something like that. Maybe even grab this. Turn on proportional editing. Yes. You can sculpt this detail, but I don't want to spend too much time on it. So just something that would look nice on this. Maybe let's even use the extrusion option. So actually it doesn't work with the curve on. Maybe you can scale this on the X. And you can come up with some creative ways to make this look like some nice detailed design. And what I'm going to do is, let me see if this has, let me reduce the resolution just a bit. And I think this doesn't need that much resolution either. What I can try to do is use a simple deform modifier to bend this on the, just center this. It's not going to bend the way I want, but I can just, I wanted it to curve along this piece. That can take us some time to get it to bend like that, but I'm okay with this. It didn't take us too much time to design, so let's go stick with that. Maybe the other thing I could do is convert it to a mesh. Let me first check out the, I think the mesh is not too detailed. Love your work. Thank you, Mohib Siddiq. Thank you, thank you. I'm said cause I only have on my Google Play account and mean to donate in 20s. No problem, man. You don't have to if you're not able to, man. But thank you for the gesture. So I want this to curve like this. So I think I'm just going to select the center piece points and just turn on proportional editing. This time I need to just make it curved so that it follows the same curvature as this wall, and maybe even just duplicate it on the other side, mirror it like that. Also going to grab these faces, just delete them, so we have something like that. And this piece can also be simply connected. Actually, I want it to be, let me see, grab this out and maybe just grab this face, pull it down like that, and I can join this to this. Now, yeah, if you're very far away, you can see that it's adding something to the, it's adding some detail to the to the piece, which I would like that. We can also grab this piece here. This, I think this this here, Shift D, bring it down like at this level. This here doesn't need all these vertices. Doesn't need all these vertices. Actually, it doesn't need everything here. I need disconnect faces. Grab this, extrude on the X, like or Y. Just want to add that bottom detail as well. Fill this in, I like that, and at the bottom as well. So this is supposed to be around here. And I think this piece here is supposed to be a bit thinner, or maybe it's like that, pushed back, like that. I can mirror it. I can mirror it on the Y like that as well. And we also need a window here, but I think we can add that later. We can come back to this and give it an extra detail here. So I'm just going to bevel this as well. Control B, I'll bevel that, and change the offset to go in, and that gives us a nice detail on that. I think when we need to just use an array to move this up. I think it's something like that. So something like that. And actually, I think this is just going to give us issues. So let's make it the same level up. I like that. So it makes our life much easier. I like that. Let's start texturing and maybe giving this some bit of color. So I'll go to the materials tab. I'll look for some, let me see, concrete material, material. Let me grab something like this. Yeah, I think that looks good. I can apply it on the rest like that. Control L, link materials. And this should also have the same material as this. So Control L, link material, like that. And then the other thing, we need a glass. We need some windows. So let me look for window. Some windows. I think I can use. I could use something like this. Not super complicated. Just add it in. By the way, this is my asset library. If you want to get it, you can. Just bring this out, scale it, just place it in like that, and maybe even grab an edge like this for the middle section, like that. Just grab this, push it in. So we have our window like that with all the materials. Yeah, and then here, I'm just going to add a cube. This is just going to help us kind of, actually, I think, the second floor, the bottom floor, let me see. I think this here should be here. I don't know. Now let me just leave it like that. Give this an array as well. Like that. So I can make this flow as tall as I want, and things would be okay. Let me change the sun. So here we need a cube. I'll have this into the booleans or bools collection. Just have it somewhere like this. Maybe this can be in a viewport. It could be rendered as a wireframe. I can grab this piece and use a boolean modifier. Select a collection, and that collection is going to be bools. So we cut out an interest like that. Then I can just duplicate this. I don't need an array for this. Scale the window down. Just push it in. I think this can be a bit wider like that. So that's that. Another thing I'm seeing is that this bottom here, it's kind of a different design. So what I can do, let me grab this window here, just add it in, scale it up, I think to something like this. And I'm also going to change the material, the window material a bit. Let me see how this looks. And by the way, how do you get the Boolean modifier to fill in the cut it made and not fill it in? That depends on the shape of the object. So, for example, let me show you. See, because this is watertight or non-manifold, basically it doesn't have any openings, and that's why you see it's filled in. But if I get rid of this face, I think even this face, actually, is it the reason why it does that? Oh, I think it's because if you have a thickness to this, say a thickness, a solidify modify, and have it above the bevel, then it will make a cut like that. So if yeah, it will make a cut like that. If you wanted to do that, you add a solidify modifier, and yeah, without it, it just doesn't fill it. So I want to start with this, and I think I can get rid of this face. And get rid of this face, and just also grab an edge here. Let me first straighten it on the X, straighten it on the X like that, and maybe do this again around here. Just creating this piece here. Push that in, and what I'm going to do is come here and add a color mix RGB, just so I can change the color of using the color blend mode, change the color to something I need to make sure that this is only affecting the door or the windows. Sorry, not the windows, but the wood part, the wooden part. And this has to be a transparent shader. Actually, what I could do is just let me see how this is set up, because I made this shader quite a while ago. And I'm going to add a new material and look for some glass material I have for the windows. So I want this to be that glass. Assign it actually and yeah, so something like that. Just bring this around here. I can duplicate this, give it a slight rotation like that. Duplicate this. up to there, something like that. And actually this is supposed to be a bit, let me just use a local orientation to make this a bit smaller. And make this longer. Discord link, I just use exclamation mark Discord, like that. Do something like that. You can make these maybe taller. Can duplicate these on the other side. Just get rid of this. Let me search for curtains. I think I have some curtains in my library. I don't. Oh, interesting. Let me see in my medieval pack. Because I think I have some curtains. Maybe it's spelled curtain. Yeah, my spelling was off since we add some curtains as well. Just have something like that. And what I'm going to do is just grab this piece at the front here, just cut it off so that is something like this. I think I need to just do this. Yeah, something like that. And see, slowly we are piecing this together and making it into something like that. Let me look for some concrete material that I could use for the floor. Concrete. Try this. And this has to be the ground. I think I need to bring this like that, and I can grab this entire edge loop. Maybe first bring this. I can grab this entire edge loop, Shift D, separate it like that, and this can now become. Actually, I need to first extend this road. Something like that. Then just grab this edge loop here, Shift D, fill it in, P to separate it. Just I'm going to apply the solidify modifier so that I can grab this edge, grab it up somewhere like that, round off the corners, just reduce the segments. Okay, sounds something like that. Let me look for a different. Let's look for tiles, because I've seen some tiles that could work here. Let me try these. I need to make sure that this is UV unwrapped. Maybe not that, because those are like bathroom tiles. Let's try these. I think this could work. We just need to scale them up a bit. Change the color as well. Something like that. I like this piece here, so let's create that next. I'm just going to start. I think I can start with a curve, and since we have this, let me just use this, separate that. I can grab, then I don't need this edge, just need this up here. I can first extrude it down like this, and first make sure that I don't have an array. I can then extrude it out like that, push it down, and then I can just get rid of this bottom part maybe, and can just extrude this down. Let me see if I have some fabric material here, and I think I need to get rid of this face and this face. Also make sure that this is not going too far. Then for the waves, I can just simply grab this, subdivide it a few times like that, then select. I can use let me select this and use, I think it's called select. It's under select, checker select, and just deselect a few like that. Turn on proportional editing, use this root option. Let me just use the sharp option. Turn on connected, and then I have that. Let me look for fabrics, any fabric material that I have. Maybe something like this could work. Let me just unwrap this. I think it looks good. Actually, it looks even much better than I thought it would look. So let me just scale it down a bit. Just going to change the color of this. To just use the same color. Let me see, why is it not using this red? I see. Let me get rid of this. Get rid of just tweaking this shader a bit. By the way, if you're not understanding what I'm doing in the materials, I have a new course about teaching how to create materials in Blender. So if you want to check that out, you can go to the link. Just type in course 1 and yeah, that's the course for learning materials in Blender. If you want to learn how to create materials. Let me see if I play with this. That's a green. Let me see. I don't know about the green. Maybe we can go with that. And I think I can mirror this like that. Hello, Varon, John Benedict, how are you doing? Glad to see you joining us. Now, the problem we are having here is that on the inside, we're not seeing anything just yet because we haven't done much. But what I can do is, let me search for shops in here because I think I have some things we could add in. And while it is, I think I have this here, so I can add it as well. Before I do that, let me see. Let me see. I love Blender 2.8, but my PC doesn't support OpenGL 3, so I'm stuck in at 2.9. What kind of PC do you have? Because I think most PCs do support OpenGL, unless yours is a bit old. Yeah, so we also need a window here, so I'm just going to add a cube. Literally a low spec. Maybe, yeah. Then you really don't have a choice, man. You would have to upgrade if you can, because that's the only way you're going to. i3 2121 noise GPU, 4 gigs of RAM. What year was it? Because I think nowadays what matters mostly is when the PC was made, because you might have a low spec PC, but with the latest drivers and. But I render my projects in Google Colab. How fast is Google Colab? Because I've heard of it, but and how easy is it to set up? Let me look for another window here. I think for this I can grab maybe this. It's fast, but how is setting it up? Is it fast as well? I'm not sure about this one. I'm not sure about this window. It doesn't look as good. Let me try maybe this. It doesn't need an array. I have a car model test and it renders 180 in 3 minutes, 138 samples in 3 minutes. Yeah, but how easy is it to set up Google Colab? Because that's also important. And I like this piece as well. Hello, Aditya Jenna. How are you doing? Just grab this kind of proportional editing, pull it. Can you help with an idea of how I can approach adding details like this under a glass bottle? And a glass, I'm not sure what you're asking. Intel Xeon with Tesla T9 and 12 gigabyte of RAM on Google Cloud. And let's create this shader. I'm just going to create a new material like this. Grab a texture coordinate mapping. Just separate separate X, Y, Z. Yeah, like that. Then I can use a math node. I use a sine wave, create a sine wave. Actually, there is an easier way to do this. You can use a texture, wave texture. That will give you the same results. And I just scale these bands, and we can now use a convert math node. Just round off. Use a greater than or a round off node. I'm doing great. How are you? I'm doing great myself as well. Nice work. I subscribed. Thank you for this subscription. I will switch to Linux so I can use Blender 2.9. Is Linux not? Is it as supported as Windows? Because I think Windows is the most supported system. Hi, bro. You are doing great. Thank you, Hassan Barat. I'm trying to send the image of the glass bottle. Try to Google medicine glass bottle. Yeah, Spooky, you can send the questions in Discord, and I'll see if I can answer them there after the stream. I'll add a car ramp here. Change this to red, and maybe this to some kind of orange like that. Maybe cream. Like that. I think let me just use a mix color here. Mix. Yeah, I think I think this shouldn't be too long, maybe somewhere like that. And we can add some supporting sticks to this. Just create a plane, scale it down like that, just mirror this like that, and we have that. I'm also going to add a bar like, actually I have, do I have a beam? Roof. I have some roof details. Let me see, this is in the I think this is in the building parts, so let me go to the building parts collection. Let us clear this, go to roof. Yeah, I wanted this, I want to use it here. Actually it's coming with a lot of other details that I don't need. So yeah, I have this, I can rotate it, just place it somewhere here. Let me see, just need a few of these. I don't need the bevel, I don't need the bevel. And it's first, you can also create a Linux OS there and use it to run Blender. I learned more from this from some full course than from some full course. Well done, friend. Thank you. Let me add a text object here, and let's see, restore. Rest. I don't know how to name this place, but I'll call it that. Let's use a more stylish font. So I'll go to my fonts, look for a calligraphy like this. Can use, let me see, let me get a metal material. Maybe like this. Actually, let me get this, assign that. Let me look for a better font here. Let me look for banners. I think they would work here. Or posters. Banner. Art hotel. Okay. At hotel, like that. Hey, let me change the material to something more readable. Let me give this an extrusion. And let me also grab these materials here. Actually, not sure what to use to do this with this. I'm also researching on OpenGL renders with ray tracing. Yeah, I don't really know much about that. And I think we need to use an array on this. Somewhere like that, and also give this an array as well. I think let me see if I give this rod the same material as this. Let me see if I have some rod materials that we could use here. Rod, have this, I think that looks much better than this. And another thing we could need is to grab this outer edge loop, Shift D, extrude it up, Control L, separate it so that we create our own. Actually, I need can just grab these, extrude, hit F, and just fill this. And this can also use the same material as that. These can all have the same material. I like that. I remember that the array modifier is a thing I was always. What I always do is to shift the model. Yeah, that would be a lot of work. Let me see roof. Let me see if I have a roof material that I could use for these roofs. Yep, great. This needs to first of all have the same material as this. Then the roof here can be given a different material like that. I just need to rotate the UVs a bit like that, like that. Now let's start adding in details like these windows. So for those, I'm just going to add a loop here, add a loop here, add a loop here. Actually, this should utilize the mirror modifier to make things faster. So just grab that, delete the face, add a mirror modifier on the Y like that. Then I think I have a loop here, add a loop here, bevel this like that, bring them closer. Then grab this face, extrude in like that. I'll search for my windows. This time let me get maybe this. Rotate. Yes. Grab these down. Grab these up. push that in, have an array. I think these also need to be unwrapped. And I think this also, I'm just going to go to, let me see. Let me go to my building parts and sailing. I have these cornices. I'm just going to use it here. And it should use the same material, maybe not. Let me see. I'll grab these details on this side. I just extrude them like that, and you can already see that we're getting some nice detail like that. And for these windows, I think I can add a loop here, add a loop here, add a loop here, and just select these and give them a different material. So I just get the same concrete material, assign it, but make some changes to it. Make this white like that. Thank you for the bell notification. That's great. Sign like that. And I think this, I can also grab this, have it there like that, but I think it has some detail in it, so I'm just going to add that as well. So I'm just going to create a cube, Shift D on the X, and then Shift R to repeat those details like that. This ring also has some detail to it, so let me do that. Can just grab this edge, Ctrl B, bevel it, just change the profile. I can use a custom profile. Let me Ctrl B, custom profile. Let's use something like this. Increase the segments. Let's try cornice like that. And we can also grab this again. Just maybe scale it a bit, have it here. Use the shear to shear it like that, then extrude like that, and just have some nice detail like that as well. Maybe bring this out somewhere there, mirror this like that. You can see slowly by slowly we can start getting some details in. I think for this, I'm just going to grab, let me first get rid of the array. Just grab this, join it like that. That way I can easily replace this. I think this also can be used for the roof. So this piece here should be, the roof should be separate. So like that. And this should be joined to it like that. And now this piece here can be this Ctrl L link object data, and Also Control L link modifiers like that. Same here, Control L link object data, Control L link modifiers. Oh, like that. And I'm also going to grab this. Add that on there. If not, then at least scale the existing texture more on the mapping. You can use brick floor material from Polyhaven for the road area. Let me see. I have, I think, a brick material. Let me see if I use this. I guess. Let me. So this is what we have for the road. Let me apply the scale for a second. Unwrap. Yeah, someone is calling me, and I'm using my phone for the data, so it's kind of interrupting my internet. But let's see how to continue here. We can get some shops. And just add them in different areas. Different areas, maybe add a shop here. And I can just make this a bit. I can use the extrude manifold, push it in, then grab this just like that. So we have something like that. Maybe grab this shop detail. This I created in a previous live stream when we were making the Venice town. So if you want to see how we created these shops, you can watch that. Yes. That now we can use this block as well. Again, here. maybe duplicate it. I have to take this call. I think we are going to start from here next time. And I think this was kind of, this is a lot of detail now that I'm looking at it, because if just blocking out this took us this time, and we are not even halfway done, I can't just do this in one single stream. So I'll continue this maybe tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. But thank you for showing up. I'll see you in the next live stream.